All right, guys. Last time when we were working on our shed, we worked on this front and back wall. Now we're going to work on a side wall. Here's the deal. So far, I've been kind of babying you, showing you things, and you're doing it with me. This time, I will show you how to make the wall with the window in it, and then you're going to have to use all the skills you developed to make the wall with the door in it all by yourself, okay, without help from me. So you got to pay attention to what we're doing, and and make sure you have the skills to be able to do it all on your own. All right, let's get going here. We built this guy last time. We're going to start a new assembly, create assembly. Okay, before we even start, let's rename that assembly and call it side wall window. So we know it's a sidewall with a window. All right, cool. Sidewall window, and let's get started. Now, first thing we do, you can kind of watch this video when you make your one with the door if you want. We're going to insert Part Studios, wall structure, okay, and we're going to find the top and bottom plates. Where are those? Or the sidewall plates? There they are. Find sidewall plates, and you're going to put two of those in. Okay, they're kind of right next to each other, but move those in, click OK. What did we do last time? We rotated those down as if they fell over, right? So let's go ahead and do that again. Click on one of them, make sure it's going the right way as if it just fell over. Moving at 90 degrees. Cool. Click somewhere off of it. Do the other one. Yours might not look exactly like this. They might have moved a little bit. Let's see if you remember what we do next, right? We have to ground one of them so that it doesn't move around in space. So take one of them, right click, and say, I want to fix that in place. So you have one fixed part. The other one can move around. That one can't. Good. All right. Now, if you'll recall, we are putting in a stud and then another stud. So let's go ahead and put them both in at the same time. Again, we're in Part Studios. Find the stud. Click on it once. Click another one. Cool. Okay. You can get out of that. And now let's start assembling. Let's put one on the end. Fastened. We're going to do that guy to that guy. Check. Okay. Now, this is a bi wall, which means now our studs are going to follow a 16 on center pattern. So this time we're not going to subtract out that 3.5. In fact, no, the first one can't be because it's not from the center. So the first one, we did this the right way. So this first stud in after the end is going to be a little bit different. But watch what we're doing here. So I'm going to go ahead and fasten again. I'm still in the fasten to make command. This time, notice that it'll snap to the center point of that. I want that. So I want the center point. Click on one, zoom way out, zoom way in. We're going to go to this corner out here. Okay. Click. And that way we're 16 inches from the center. Now, remember what we did last time? We had to move it. How did we do that? Oh yeah, you hit offset because we're going to offset it. And we're going to offset it in the direction of that red X. How far? This is a bi wall. So that means it's the regular 16-inch pattern. So I'm going to move it 16 inches. And because I hit the center of the board, I know that that's right. Okay. Again, it's going in the right direction. I don't have to make it negative. Cool. Looks good. Next is we're going to continue the pattern with this. So I'm going to take that second stud from the browser, highlight it, okay, make a linear pattern out of it, Again, I've chosen something. The direction I want to go is along the length of the board, and we're going to go 16 inches on center pattern. I can hit enter to preview it, click on how many I want, and roll my mouse wheel until I get the right number. Oops, that's too many. Let's go back one. I need 7. Fantastic. Hit the check mark. Okay. Let's go ahead and put in that one more stud on the end. Insert wall structure. I need a stud. So kind of over here. And let's go ahead and attach that. You know what you're doing at this point. Fastened. Let's do that corner to that corner. Cool. All right. And put the plate on the top. You should know how to do this by now. Okay. I'm still in the fastened mate thing. Got to make sure I get the right corner by zooming in. Sometimes it's tricky. It doesn't want to do it, but you have to kind of zoom around. Zoom in and out. There's the top plate. There's not boards going inside of boards. I got it the right way. Cool. All right. So there is our basic wall, but there's no window. There's no door, right? So let's go ahead and figure that out. Now, where the two are closest together is in the back. The other way is the front, if you want to call it that. So the door can go anywhere I want. I think I will put the door right here where it's kind of close to the end. That's pretty typical. Actually, this is the window. I think I'll put the window on the other side a little bit towards the middle. So I think I'll put this as my king stud. Now, what that means is this is a 24-inch window. When you make the door, you're going to have to when you make the door opening, you're going to have to remove 2 of these, okay? I'm going to only need to remove 1. I need to get out of the fasten command. I don't want to be in there anymore. So I'm going to make this my king stud. So what I need to do is I need to go to that linear pattern and turn off a couple of studs. I need to turn off that one. And actually that's the only one I need because I'm going to go across here. If you were making the door on this, you would also need to turn off the next one by just clicking on the eyeball. But I do want that there for the window. All right, so now I'm going to start putting in some stuff that I know I need. I know that I need the header. Now the header is going to go all the way up at the top. So let's go ahead and put that in. We're going to insert, again, Part Studios, expand wall structure. And I need the header for the window. Okay. And I don't know how it brought in the spacer at the same time. Let me undo that. I don't know what happened here. Let me try that again. I think I accidentally clicked on something. So I need the window header, click, and I need the window header spacer, click. Okay. Now, this is a little tricky because they're not in the right spot. It doesn't really matter. I can kind of flip things around the way I want. Now for this board is going to sit on top, but it's kind of the wrong way. So I'm going to go ahead and move it by clicking on it. I'm going to spin it around this way. If I don't get it perfect 90 degrees, it doesn't really matter because I'm about to attach them together anyway. And now I'm going to attach this to that. It's going to sit right on top of it. So I'm going to do fasten mate. I'm going to choose 2 corners like, it's being a punk. That one and that one. Cool. Don't put one board inside of another board. We're having that work. I'm going to get out of that. I'm going to spin this thing around this way. And then I'm also going to spin it this way, just so it's kind of in the right orientation. There we go. Okay. Remember, learn to spin things around. You know, use your mouse wheel and then your left mouse and stuff to pan by holding your mouse wheel down, spinning things around. All right, now this is going to go up against the king stud. We're going to hit fasten mate. I'm hitting the upper corner. It doesn't really matter whether the 2x4 is sitting on the top or the bottom. It's really just a spacer, and we're going to choose that corner right there. Click. Now, this is a little weird, and this will happen to you, where it looks like, why did only one board move? Well, for whatever reason, I didn't design this software. It only brings one, but once you hit the check mark, it'll bring the other one over with it. Okay, cool. All right. So now, just like we talked about when we were designing walls, we've got our header. Now, in this case, there's no cripples. We just put it right up against the top. Okay. And now we need a king stud. So let's get out of this. Let's insert another stud. Somewhere in here. Click. Okay. And we're going to say, okay, good. And we're going to put in, by doing fasten, that corner to that corner. Okay, good. I got it in the right spot. If you didn't, hit undo. Cool. There's our king stud for our window. Now we're going to put in our jack studs. Let's get out of this. Let's go ahead and insert. You know what? I think I'm going to be smart. I'm going to put everything in. I'm going to put my 2 cripples that I think I'm going to need. I think I need 2 of them. If I do need another one, I'll put them in there. I'm going to do my 2 jack studs. Here's one. Here's another one. And I'm going to put in the windowsill because I know I'm going to need that too. Cool. All right. The windowsill I'm going to flip around because I know I need it to be sitting flat. Cool. All right, let's go ahead and start attaching stuff. You should be getting good at this, right? You might not even need to watch me anymore. Let's attach that corner to that corner. Cool, there's a jack stud. Let's attach this outside corner to that corner. Awesome, there's the stud. Now, the sill is going to be a little bit tricky because it's down from here. So we're going to have to offset it 24 inches because this is a 24 inch by 24 inch window. So this one will be a little tricky. Let's see how we can do. I'm going to zoom in there so I can see it. Click on that. And then click on this edge. Click. Now, this time I'm probably going to have to go -X. So we're going to offset it. Let's see what happens when we change that X distance to 24 because we want to offset it 24 inches. If I hit enter, yep, it went up. So that means I need to make it a -24 inches. Okay. Now, let's make sure I measured it right. It's 24 from this corner to that corner. Perfect. Okay. Now let's make sure I did this right. I'm going to do a little bit of measuring. I'm going to move me out of the way. There's a little measure tool. Well, that's analysis. I had a measure tool in here. Oh, I got to get out of the command. Okay, so once you can get out of the command, there's a little tape measure here. Let's check to make sure I measured this right. So I'm going to go from that little corner right there to that corner, and let's hope it's 55. Yep. Ooh, got it right. Okay, cool. So now we're going to go ahead and put in our cripples. But remember, where's the pattern? The pattern is on this dude and then that dude. So here we go. This one, we're going center to center. Fasten mate. We're going to go the center of not the jack stud, the center of the king stud is part of our pattern to that guy. Okay. Oops, I somehow missed one, although it should go when I hit check. But I do want to offset it. I'm going to set it in the extra 16 inches. Enter. I don't know what I just did. That's weird. Hold on. Let's cancel that out of there. Okay. I'm going to move my cripple over here a little bit just to see what's happening. Is it's moving the wrong thing. I think if it matters which thing you click on first. So why don't I click on the I'm going to click on this king stud first and then click on the middle of that one. Okay. Weird. I'm not sure why. Notice it moved the jack stud together. That's just kind of a weird thing that it's moving those, but it will go to the right spot, I promise. Let's offset in the X direction 16 inches. Now, see how it moved it? I know that it's not in the right spot, but once I hit the check mark, it's going to be okay. And no, it went the wrong way. If that happens to you, go back to that fasten mate that we just made. Oh, it says it has an error. Maybe that's the problem. I'm going to get out of this command. Let's go back to that one that we just made. Okay. And I'm going to go -16. You might have to kind of play around with this. And then when I hit the check mark, it should shift it over. There we go. Okay, cool. Now, I didn't really realize that I thought I needed 2, but I really only need 1 because look, the pattern. You can see it happening. So I can get rid of this cripple. Let's go ahead and find it by going into your browser. It happened to be the first one, and I'm just going to delete that out of there. Cool. All right, guys, there's your wall with the window. Okay, go ahead and take an image of that, turn that in, and then you are all on your own to make the wall with the door. You get to decide where it goes. You choose any of those cripples that you want, and you should have the skills to build it. Good luck. I wish you all the best. All right. Good job, y'all. We'll see you the next time.